So I am Lloyd Dorfman. For the purposes of today, if you want to call me Lloyd, that's fine as well. That's probably the closest link I have to Wales, sort of from a family point of view, but delighted and very honoured to be here. I'm going to talk a bit about my business career and take you through that journey, and then sort of morph it into really Prince's Trust, which of all the things I do philanthropically, it's probably the single thing that takes up the most time, but it is an absolute privilege and pleasure to be doing that, and not least because you meet any number of young people whose lives have been changed by the work of the Prince's Trust. I chair, as Derek mentioned, I chair Prince's Trust. I also chair Prince's Trust International, which is the Prince of Wales's new initiative. It's about 2 years old now, to basically go around the world. So that's a whole new challenge and very exciting that is. For the moment, I'm going to come back to business. And you heard a bit about some of the things that I've done. And actually, the sort of recurring theme between all those businesses, and I'll touch upon them, is that they're all challenger businesses of one sort or another. The business I was in the longest so far has been Travelex. People, talk to me like I'm a foreign exchange expert. I'm absolutely not a foreign exchange expert. I had an Auntie Lorna who used to ring me up and ask me what was happening to the peseta. Because she was going in 3 months' time, and should she buy now or should she buy in 3 months' time? And I was on a hiding to nothing, because if I got it right, I got it right, and that was fine. And if I got it wrong, I ruined a holiday, and I should know. And she used to drive me mad with these phone calls. But anyway, such is life. I'm not a foreign exchange expert, but I started the business because originally I was going to be a barrister, liked the bar, didn't like studying, met my wife to be, had an opportunity to go work in the city. And I went there in 1973 to get as much commercial experience in a shorter time as possible. And for those of you who remember your sort of 1973, 1974 financial history, you'll know that within the matter of 3 months of me starting work, we had the quadrupling of the oil price, Middle East war, 3-day working weeks, collapse of the stock market, collapse of the property market, banks collapsing, Bank of England trying to hold the whole thing together. And I was a sort of 21-year-old apprentice, but it was an amazing apprenticeship. And I spent 3 very formative years there, and then decided I wanted to start my own business. And this was 76, coming into the Queen's Silver Jubilee year of 77. Lots of tourists due to come to London. I borrowed the money and I opened up this little shop in a street called Southampton Road, just near the British Museum, if you know where that was. And for the first 3 months, 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, all there was me, and I used to have to shut the shop to go to the toilet in the hotel next door because there was no loo in the shop. And my first customer came in to change 300 French francs, if you remember what they were, and you never know, you might see them back again. And that was how I started the business, and as you've heard, over the next 35, 40 years, it became the world's largest retail foreign exchange business. So, from building a global retail business to the challenging way that office space is taken, through to the big challenge that retailing is taking, the growth of online shopping, to brand new theatre businesses, I like challenging businesses. I'm not, I didn't go to business school. I'm not a foreign exchange expert, but, I try and bring some sort of energy and enthusiasm and to try and make a difference. And I like competing against the sort of established operators, which sort of morphs into, how I got involved in the Prince's Trust. And that all began actually in 2002, which was the 25th anniversary of when I founded Travelex. And I wanted to find a way to help young people start their businesses because I'd started my business when I was 24. And of course, one of the things that the Prince's Trust is famous for is helping young people to start businesses. Prince's Trust has helped something like 80,000 businesses get started over the last 35 years. And that's how I got involved. And I then ended up in the development committee, which is private sector fundraising. Then I got asked to chair that and joined the board in 2007. And then 2 years ago, I got asked to become chairman. And as I said, I chair Prince's Trust UK, which is the Prince of Wales's oldest and largest charity, as well as Prince's Trust International, which is his new initiative. And it's probably, the most fulfilling and rewarding thing that I do philanthropically, because, as I've said before, you get to meet young people, many of whom come from difficult, disadvantaged and vulnerable backgrounds, and their lives somehow are changed, and they stand up and tell their story, and it's both, as I said already, both a privilege and a pleasure to be involved in doing that. And we have huge ambition, and the Prince's Trust, itself was 40. Funny enough, the Prince of Wales started the Prince's Trust the same year I started Travelex, which is a coincidence, and last year was the 40th anniversary, and our campaign motto or theme, ambition, is what we call 1 million lives. And the 1 million lives is about helping 1 million young people in the next 10 years. And the relevance of that is it contrasts with the 825,000 young people that we've helped in the first 40 years. So we're looking to help more people in the next 10 years than we've done in the first 40.